Speaking with Judgment with your host, Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great Saturday. It's Final Four Saturday, a showdown of the top two teams from the best conference in men's college basketball, and a battle between the country's best defense and a historically efficient offense. Here's my Final Four championship. We're going to go Florida, Auburn first, battle of the SEC. These two teams know each other well. They did play once in the regular season, and yes, Florida beat Auburn. The script has always been Duke, Florida. So I'm sticking with that. I got the Florida Gators tonight against Auburn. Florida is looking good. I think the Gators come into this game completely prepared and will show a great deal of urgency, particularly in the second half. I think the Gators are going to take it. Overall, I think Florida is just a better team. They're playing great. Florida controlled its first matchup versus Auburn, and three-point shooting was the key. And as often is the case with many of these games, it's going to come down to three-point shooting. And rather, Florida is red hot again. The big story for Auburn heading into this game with Florida is the health of Janine Broome. There's a chance that, as good as Broome is, a limited right arm will prevent him from being any sort of factor on the glass, and his moves inside the painted area won't have the same impact. I wonder how healthy he is, because he was obviously banged up in the first couple of rounds. He only averaged 11 points per game. He was sensational against Michigan State. Then he suffers the elbow injury. I just think he's obviously their X factor. If he's not 100%, Auburn simply has no chance here in the Final Four. I don't trust the Auburn guards to show up necessarily and be able to handle the Florida guards. I really think this is a fun matchup. I think Florida's defensive assignment on Pettiford will be pivotal. Whether it's the step back, finishing at the rim, or a pull-up jumper, Pettiford has been the bucket getter that Auburn needed him to be, especially with Broome at less than 100%. Auburn has earned the number one overall seed in the tournament and has backed it up with wins over Alabama State, Creighton, Michigan, and Michigan State. For the better part of the year, Auburn was the number one team in the country, but they lost the last time they met Florida, and that loss came at home. I like both of these teams, but I'm picking Florida. They can just flip a switch, and they are unstoppable. It's crazy to watch. I just expect Florida will get off to a sloppy start with turnovers, and eventually it'll settle in. I expect Auburn to get off to a slow start. It will be a slow first half, a more competitive second half. This will be a low-scoring affair. The Gators often execute when down. They have been in a great deal of adversity and have responded every time. This is a team that never quits. They always have a lot of fight in them. They have encountered more trouble than anticipated in recent weeks, but we've learned you can never assume they're out of a game before it's over. They're never out of the game. They have a stud and a guard in exceptional guard play. Walter Clayton Jr. will put his team on his back. He will have that rhythm late in the game. And, he's absolutely box office. He's a stud. I just think late in the game, as he has been doing, he will, carry his team down the stretch, make some big shots, hit some big shots. He has ice water in his veins. I just think he's too good of a player to let Florida lose the game. And I think he's going to have a moment late in the game where he takes over, establish some crazy rhythm, and he just once again plays superhero in a big moment, because that's what we've been seeing. He's absolutely clutch. This Gators team never backs down. They keep playing no matter how they start. They can have a terrible first half and completely turn it around the second half. And I think we'll get more of that today from this very good Florida Gators team. And I think Florida Gators will advance, and they will play Duke on Monday night. And I will talk about Duke and Houston as well sometime today. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.